Our next candidate is Nicholas Ryder, 29 North Lincoln Street. Mr. Ryder, would you like me to let you know when there's only 30 seconds left?
No thanks.
Okay.
I should be good. Just interrupt me right in the middle. Councilors, I am thankful for the unique opportunity to speak to you tonight, even though it comes at the cost of losing a knowledgeable councilor in Randy Filio. Clearly, as far as the candidates go, I stand out a little bit. I have no political experience. I only just graduated Keene High School in 2005, but it just means I have a different perspective on things than most of the other people behind me. I'm sure some of you have a better idea of me than others, but I did try to email each of you this week, but the emails bounced back, so I don't know if the emails on the website are right or not. Anyway, about me, first of all, I've lived in Keene for my whole life, since before I was 1 year old, less than 5 blocks from downtown Keene, and I walked past that pair of shoe sign as it was being painted for the Jumanji movie. I remember that. I went to Franklin Elementary School, and back when the holiday breakfast was Breakfast with Santa, your own Pam Slack was president of the PTC, so a lot of the events she was part of, I was also part of. At Keene Middle School, I was in the band, the drama club, and spent a year in the mock trial club. Graduation from Keene High School was one of the scariest things I ever had to do because I didn't know what was coming next. But every single year since that graduation, I've volunteered at the local project graduation, and every year it brings me back to the years I spent in that school, and I still have a soft spot for the high school and all of the Keene schools. Now, I've held the same job for almost 5 years. I work machines and tech support at a local printing company. I've not once taken a sick day from that job, and I've become a very valuable employee in multiple departments in the day-to-day operations. I learned quickly, and though I've learned a lot about the City Council process over the past year, I look forward to learning even more with an experience on the City Council. I took classes for 2 years at Keene State, but I decided that pursuing my interest in videography on my own would be better. So now, while holding my full-time job, I record and edit weddings and video and events for people. And as you understand, that takes a lot of commitment and responsibility because you don't have a second chance at shooting a wedding. So speaking of my interest in videography, when Cheshire TV came to town, I was one of their first volunteers, and I learned a lot from them. And I actually was the sole producer and director of Randy Filio and Chris Coates' show for over a year, so a lot of you may have seen me coming through that studio to do their show a while back. I'm not there anymore, but I was. But near the end of high school, I grew frustrated with the political process, and I decided to be apathetic for a couple years. Then, it's no secret that I've made friends with people that have moved to New Hampshire to be with other liberty-loving people. Some would call these people free staters, some would call them just individuals moving to New Hampshire to be with people like them. Have I come to agree with their ideas? Some, but I disagree with some, and sometimes I disagree with their tactics. But what they did do for me is this, is they got me involved again. I've learned more about the court system, the political system, the economic system, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence in the past 3 years than I have, it seems like, in my whole public schooling career. Partly is that because I'm more mature now and I understand more, but partly I just care more now. That brings me to why I'm here tonight. Many of you may have seen me as just some guy associated with Free Keene, the Free State Project, etc., but I am much more than that. I have roots in this community, in the community's schools, parks, bike paths, and I always will. I don't come here today expecting to change everything. I come here asking you for an opportunity to bring a different view to the City Council in a respectful, systematic way. You may not agree with my ideas, but I doubt you'd find a single candidate up here that you'd agree with on every issue. However, there's no avoiding the fact that I bring some variety. I offer the younger perspective. I offer the perspective of someone who's just recently grown up in this city. I also live in a rented house, what some of you would call workforce housing. So again, I think that's a different perspective than what a lot of people have in this room. Ask you for your support tonight, not because you agree with my ideas, but because you agree with variety and the energy I can bring to this council. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Mr. Ryder. Thank you. Sergeant. Are we ready for the vote? Roll call vote.
Councilor Redfern.
John Hayes.
Councilor Clark.
James Dunn.
Councilor Lane.
John Hayes.
Councilor Stout.
James D. Dunn.
Councilor Duffy.
John Hayes.
Councilor Manwaring.
James Dunn.
Councilor Richards.
James Dunn.
Councilor Slack.
James Dunn.
Councilor Roberts.
James Dunn.
Councilor Greenwald.
Mr. Hayes.
Counselor Donegan.
James Dunn.
Counselor Venezia.
John Hayes.
Counselor Georgina.
James Dunn.
Counselor Jones.
John Hayes.
Agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and laws of the state of New Hampshire and receive.
This I do under the pains and penalties of perjury.
This I do under the pain